In the darkness, a faint light moves. A woman is practicing English sounds over and over until she finally gets the accent right. Meanwhile, in the Scottish mountains, a biker is riding fast. He stops near a dangerous road, walks into a ditch, and pulls out a woman's dead body. He throws her into the back of a van and drives away. Inside a strange white room, the first woman takes the dead girl's clothes and puts them on. She is getting ready for a mission. She sees a small ant on the skin and stares at it for a long time. Later, she appears in a broken-down building. She takes the van and drives away while the biker leaves on his motorcycle. The woman goes to a mall to buy more clothes and makeup. Once she is ready, she drives around the city, watching all the men on the street very closely. The busy areas aren't working for her, so she moves to a quiet neighborhood. She stops the van to talk to a man walking by himself.
She pretends she's lost and asks for directions. The man is happy to help and they chat for a bit. She asks if he has friends or a social life. When he says he is meeting someone in a few minutes, she leaves. She repeats this process all day long, looking for a specific type of person. She uses the lost story to talk to many men. If they have people in their lives, she moves on. If she sees the police, she leaves immediately. When she finds a lonely man with no family, she offers him a ride. She flirts with them until they want to get close. She takes them to a dark building and undresses slowly. As the man tries to reach her, he suddenly sinks into the floor and disappears. It turns out she's an alien. She is pretending to be human to catch men and send them to her planet for food. The dead woman from the start was another hunter who died and had to be replaced. As time goes by, the alien keeps driving around, picking up lonely men who fit her needs. Eventually, she goes to the beach. She watches a couple playing with their baby and a man swimming alone. When the swimmer comes out, she starts her usual chat. Suddenly, someone screams. The woman from the family has jumped into the water to save a dog, but the waves are too strong.
The husband jumps in to help, but he struggles too. The experienced swimmer jumps in to save them both. The alien just watches from the sand. She has no interest in helping. It's a very tragic scene, but she doesn't feel any human emotion as she waits for the outcome. After a long struggle, the swimmer brings the husband back to shore. However, the husband runs back into the ocean to find his wife, who has disappeared under the waves. The swimmer is too tired to help anymore. The alien walks up, grabs a rock, and hits the swimmer in the head to knock him out. She drags him away while the baby cries on the beach, ignored. That evening, the alien takes the swimmer's body away in her van. The biker arrives at the beach to take the swimmer's clothes and belongings. The baby is still there, crying alone, but the biker ignores it too. Later, back in the city, the alien starts to notice the sound of children crying in other places. While she is stopped at a red light, some men in a nearby car yell rude things at her. She decides to follow them. They park near what looks like an empty building. She gets out of her van to follow them, but she has to stop when a group of loud, excited women appears nearby. The building is actually a club. The group of women sees that she is alone and pulls her inside, saying they will be her friends. The alien is very confused. She doesn't know how humans act in social places, so she doesn't fight back and just lets them lead her into the crowd. The club is very loud and full of people. The alien feels overwhelmed by all the noise. She uses the chaos to sneak away from the group and find some quiet hallways. She is desperate to leave, but when she opens a door, she finds a lounge area filled with even more people. The rude man from earlier is there, and he starts flirting with her. She dances with him until he agrees to go to an apartment with her. Like always, she undresses slowly to keep his attention. As he walks toward her, he falls into the liquid floor trap. Inside the dark space, he sees another victim floating. The other man's body looks strange, like it is being preserved in a frozen state. They try to speak, but there is no sound. They reach out and touch fingers for just a second before the first victim floats away. They are trapped in a nightmare where they can't even scream for help. Suddenly, a loud bang echoes. The first victim's body pops like a balloon, leaving only his empty skin. It shrivels up and floats in the dark. Meanwhile, the inside parts of the men are moved along a conveyor belt toward a bright light. This is how the alien planet gets its food. The next day, the alien is stuck in traffic. A young boy brings her a rose and says it's from a man in an expensive car nearby. When she puts the rose on the seat, she sees blood on her hand. The thorns on the flower have cut her. She is shocked because she is starting to bleed like a human. On the radio, she hears that the husband's body was found, but the wife and baby are still missing. People only noticed because they didn't show up for work. The alien was supposed to spend the day hunting, but she finds herself just watching women and children instead. She is becoming curious. Eventually, she forces herself back to work and picks up a man. However, during the drive, she isn't flirting. She barely speaks, and the man feels very awkward. Even though she feels different, she still takes him to the dark room to finish the job, though her heart isn't in it. Later, the alien is in a dark room where the biker inspects her. He thinks she is becoming too human, but he can't prove it, so he leaves. Afterward, the alien is walking down the street and accidentally trips. She falls face first onto the sidewalk and just stays there, not moving. People gather around to help her up. They ask if she is okay, but she just walks away without saying a word. As she wanders, she looks at humans as individuals for the first time. She notices different ages, races, and emotions. She is starting to see the world through human eyes. That night, she is driving her van again. She sees a man walking alone, but this time she doesn't stop to hunt him. Suddenly, a different man comes to her window and talks to her. She can't hear him through the glass. She rolls the window down a little, but the sound of a passing train is too loud. The man's friends surround the van and start hitting it. One man even jumps on the front of the car. They tell her to come out, but she just stares at them for a second before driving away. She is no longer the hunter. She is starting to feel like she is the one being watched. A bit later, she stops when she sees a man with a very deformed face. She asks for directions and convinces him to get in the van. She tries to flirt, but it's hard because she can't use her usual lines. She is trying to connect with someone who is also an outsider. She tells him he has nice hands and asks about his life. He explains that he only goes to the store at night so people won't make fun of him. He has never had a girlfriend or been touched kindly. The alien takes his hand and puts it on her face. She convinces him to come home with her. The man can't believe this is happening to him. Inside an old building, she leads him to the dark room. This time, a strange, shiny shadow is watching them. The man is distracted by it, so she takes off her clothes to keep him focused. He asks if he is dreaming, and she says they both are. The alien feels like something is wrong with what she is doing. On her way out, she sees a dirty mirror and stares at her own reflection for a long time. She only snaps out of it when she hears a fly on the door. It turns out the deformed man is still alive, and she leaves him outside.
The man wanders through a field, naked and confused. Meanwhile, the biker is speeding through the mountains toward a small town. He breaks into a car to open the trunk. Then he goes into a garden and finds the deformed man. He puts the man's body in the trunk and drives away, while a neighbor watches in shock. The next day, the alien arrives at a beach covered in thick fog. She hears birds and a man's voice in the distance. She leaves her van behind and walks down a lonely road. She goes into a restaurant and tries chocolate cake for the first time. She hates the taste and spits it out immediately. She tries to leave the town, but a man tells her the bus is coming soon, so she waits. On the bus, the driver tries to talk to her, but she ignores him. A passenger tells the driver to leave her alone, but the alien actually asks for help. She's reaching out to humans now. The man gives her his jacket and they go to a store together. Then they go to his house. She notices the neighbors watching her. The man makes lunch and turns on a comedy show. She doesn't eat the food and doesn't understand the jokes. She is trying to fit in, but it's very hard.
The man listens to music and starts to dance. The alien taps her hand to the beat, finally starting to understand human rhythm. At bedtime, the man gives her tea and a heater. Left alone, the alien takes off her clothes and looks at her body in the mirror, noticing the human details for the first time. In the meantime, the biker finds the mirror in the empty house. He calls his team and tells them what he found. They split up to start searching for the alien, who has gone missing from her mission. They are hunting her now, just like she used to hunt the men. The next morning, the alien and the man go for a walk. When they reach a big puddle, he picks her up to carry her across. Later, they visit some old castle ruins. The alien is scared of how high up they are. The man uses kind words to help her down the stairs, guiding her safely to the bottom. Back at the house, the alien closes her eyes and lets the man kiss her. Things move fast and they get into bed, but when the man tries to get closer, he can't. The alien is confused and uses a lamp to look at her own body. She realizes she doesn't have the same parts as a human woman.
She realizes her human body is just a costume and she can never be truly human. Heartbroken, she puts her clothes on and runs away into the rain. In the forest, she meets a ranger. He tells her it's easy to get lost there. She keeps walking until she finds a small stone hut for hikers. She goes inside and looks at the cold fireplace. She is tired and sad. She zips up her coat and hides in a corner to take a nap. A while later, she wakes up and finds the ranger touching her. She is scared, pushes him away, and runs into the woods, constantly looking back to see if he is following. She hides behind a plant until she thinks the coast is clear. Then she finds a big truck and climbs into the driver's seat. The ranger appears on the road and she honks the horn for help, but no one comes. She has to run again, and the man chases her through the trees. He catches her and throws her to the ground. He starts to pull her clothes off and she fights back. During the struggle, he pulls so hard that he rips the human skin off her body. The man is terrified by what he sees and runs away. The alien is in pain and feels dizzy. She collapses and finally pulls off the rest of the broken human costume. She sits with the mask on her lap, looking at the fake eyes. She finally accepts that she will never be human. Suddenly, the ranger returns with gasoline. He pours it on her, and even though she tries to walk away, he sets her on fire. The alien keeps running while she is burning until she finally falls over and dies. The biker watches from the top of a mountain. Her body turns to ash, and a cloud of dark smoke rises into the cold sky.
Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this.